This week, Boya Diocesan Catechesis, His Lordship Michael Bibi, proper teacher of the diocese, focuses on missionary activity and Catholic education, unveiling to Christians and viewers of DMR TV the role these institutions function in reshaping the church. Today's session took place at All Saints Parish, Mutengene. 2024 Vocation Camp of Boya Diocese brings together over 100 young people to reflect God's call in their lives. The camp started this morning at Bishop Rogan College, Small Support. And over 85 parish news reporters of the Diocese of Boya have been trained to collect, treat, and send information for the benefit of their parishes. The training took place over the weekend. Those were our headlines. The news in details in the minutes ahead. It is Monday, July 8, 2024. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're live on DMR TV, and this is Divine Mercy Prime with me, Sama Eileen. We begin in Rome. Pope Francis has called for a renewed commitment to pray and work for peace. This call was made during the conclusion of his Sunday visit to the northeastern Italian city of Trieste, where he called for prayers and efforts for world peace, remembering countries at war. Jamila Tutongtang has more in the following report.
Pope Francis has called for renewed commitment to pray and work for peace. This call was made during the conclusion of his Sunday visit to the northeastern Italian city of Trieste, where he called for prayers and effort for world peace, remembering in particular Ukraine, Palestine, Israel, Sudan, and Myanmar, and equally all those worldwide suffering due to war. At the end of Sunday's Mass in Trieste, Pope Francis also asked everyone to renew their commitment to pray and work for world peace. His words came just before leading the recitation of the Angelus prayer during his Sunday visit to the northeastern Italian city. Pope Francis also thanked his hosts and all those gathered for the Sunday celebration for their warm welcome, beautiful events, and prayerful accompaniment. He assured them of his prayers, recalling the many sick, imprisoned, and migrants he had met earlier, recalling their struggles and hopes. He did not go without paying tribute to the Bishop Enrico Trevisi of Trieste, who mentioned by name the sick he had assisted most recently, and how remembering and knowing the name of those whom they serve underscores their human dignity.
Moving on, the Bishop of Boya Diocese, His Lordship Michael Bibi, today anchored another catechetical session in the weekly televised catechetical program Know Your Faith. This took place at All Saints Parish, Mutengene, this 8th of July 2024. The prelate focused his teachings on the missionary activity of the Church and the foundation of Catholic education in the lives of Christian faithful. Reverend Father Martin J. Moka took part in today's session and compiled the following report.
The Church is of its nature missionary, and the work of evangelization is to be considered a fundamental duty of the people of God, and all Christian faithful must be conscious of the responsibility to play their part in missionary activity. These were the catchy and opening words of the teacher of faith, His Lordship Michael Bibi, in today's catechesis on the missionary activity of the Church and on Catholic education. The prelate underscored the fact that the Church has got the mandate to see that she owns schools and ensure that the doctrine of the Church is propagated, a task entrusted to the Holy Father and the College of Bishops.
For that faith to be handed on, it will start from nursery and primary school. It will go over secondary school. It will continue over university. And the reason that way, inside with province, we get books that we then be prepared already. When beginning the day for this class, you expect say it get for don't cover this thing, this content for revelation. If Pikin one reach for class 6, is what we don't know so. When they go for secondary school, they get program where they follow them. As far as evangelization may be concerned, we get teachers where they teach religion. For make sure say that picking them for secondary and high school, may then continue for learn doctrine. And of course, when they go for university, we also follow them off for inside the university.
And as far as missionary witnessing is concerned, evangelization is a broader term encompassing 3 main stages, as the prelate indicated.
We go to the column say, initial proclamation. Where it means say, you dey talk gospel for person where person dey hear that gospel for the first time. The second stage for evangelization, what we call them say catechesis. Catechesis being the deepening of your knowledge for which way you be done already sabiam through initial proclamation. They will get what they call them say ongoing formation.
Pertaining to Catholic education, the Church has in a special way the duty and right of educating, for it has a divine mission of helping all to arrive at the fullness of Christian life. It is clear that one of the places where the missionary activity of the Church is carried out is in Catholic schools, through which an opportunity is afforded to ensure a handing on of the Catholic faith from an elementary level to a tertiary level of education. Thus, the Church and parents all have the responsibility to ensure that their children receive a holistic education, with its important component being the ability of growing a sense of the common good, as the teacher of the faith indicated.
Doctrine for Church, they tell we, say, parents them. They act too like parents and when they take care for picking them. They get a duty and a responsibility for CMC, make that picking them get Catholic education. A Catholic education will be holistic. Where they take care for the intellectual, the spiritual, the human, the moral, the spiritual formation. You can say integral formation. They take care for the components them. And we make sure say they begin the way them pass through with Catholic schools them, make them be able for obtain knowledge where you will help them for their present life and also for whatever way they go do them tomorrow.
The eager longing on the side of the faithful audience to pose numerous questions to the prelate in view of clarification was indicative of how effective and efficient the session was, as we get in the following remarks.
The Presbyterian, the Protestant Bible has their own way of saying this our Father, why we the Catholic have our own ways. So it has clarified most of those who were in doubt, or even myself. So I appreciated it very, very well, and so many questions. The bishop has been up to the task.
Concerns the schools as what he said today, encouraging us to send our children to our Catholic schools, because by so doing they will learn more of our Catholic doctrine, and that this doctrine should not only be in church or in schools, it should start from home. We are the first parents of we are the first teachers of the children, by teaching them the doctrine in our homes and then to church, while they go to their schools and they are familiar with the doctrine right up to their university level.
The Christian faithful of All Saints Parish, Mutengene, the Diocese of Boye, and the world at large look forward to another teaching session of the prelate next week.
Reverend Father Matzinger reporting the now parish reporters across the Diocese of Buea have sharpened their skills on radio and television reporting as well as camera management and video format. This was during a training organized by Divine Mercy Radio and Television over the weekend in Small Support at the Bishop's Conference Room. Aloysius Alike was part of that training session and put together the following report.
Parish news reporters drawn from all the parishes across the Diocese of Buea, Saturday, July 5th, 2024, gathered at the Bishop's Conference Hall in Small Support for a training organized by the Divine Mercy Radio Television. Learning, they say, is a continuous process, and with news breaking each day in parishes and mission stations across the diocese, and these parish reporters are on standby and act as a news source for the Divine Mercy Radio Television, the manager says it was timely and necessary for such a training.
Today we assembled members of the Social Communication Commission, those who have been focused on reporting, parish reporters for DMR TV. The reasons we call this seminars, one is to train them. You know, these are not professionals, they're volunteers. It's to give them guidelines on how to improve their reports for those who have been writing or who have been sending their reports, and also for those who are just coming in. We discovered that we lastly had this training about a year ago, so some people are no longer there, some new people have come. There is a need for us to school them or to give them tips on how they can best do their reports, on how they can take these images and how they can send them possibly. You know, as Catholic communicators, we are not going to relate or communicate like any other journalists. We have a mission, sharing the light of hope, which means that we have a way we are going to do our reports and different from the ordinary ways, but we decided to bring them together from the different parishes so that we can share ideas, also discuss with them some of their challenges, and why not have possible solutions so that together we can achieve the common good, which is through this medium of communication, share the light of hope throughout the diocese.
The participants were schooled on news identification, treatment, reporting for TV and radio, as well as the format for presenting news. As they report both for television and radio, there was need for them to understand how to take shots, camera settings, angling, framing, as well as the format of sending videos and the sound quality. Mr. Etienne Tazofap is the technical director of the Divine Mercy Radio Television and a facilitator of the training.
In this parish news run-up training, we try to present to them the different type of shot composition concerning camera operating, and we also talked about show them how to send their images to the editor who is working at the station. And it was an interesting session because the participants were well attentive, and they have tried to discuss and ask their question to the different part that they were not they didn't understand. So it was a very, very good session of the training, because I noticed the enthusiasm of the participant.
These participants, after building their skills on the above-mentioned areas, says they are going back equipped for the tasks ahead of them.
We came to the Bishop Conference Hall today, the 6th of July, for another seminar workshop of training of reporters, of parish reporters. So I'm very, very happy with this training. I give much thanks to the Bishop and the manager of Divine Mercy Radio for taking up these challenges, because we've been reporting and making a series of errors. But with this training, I think we are going to sharpen our skills as concerned reporting in the TV and radio.
I want to appreciate the management of DMR TV for this training seminar. Actually, coming here today, I was actually expecting to acquire more knowledge so as to be able to improve on the job of social communication. And I think that the expectations I had today had been met, because the media world is revolving every day. And every day, new skills are developed to make better the work we are called to do. So I want to appreciate the management for this great task that they are carrying out in making sure that the Divine Mercy Radio Television keeps sharing the light of hope.
When I go back home, I will apply what I learned from here.
The session that was opened by the Vicar General of the Diocese of Aboya with a word of gratitude to the parish reporters for ever being ready and committed towards their tasks promised them that most of the worries raised during the training will be channeled to the appropriate quarters and properly looked into.
You're welcome back. Now, close to 100 youths across the Diocese of Aboya have embarked on a spiritual journey and growth as well as discernment at the 2024 Vocations Camp hosted at Bishop Rogan College campus under the guidance of Vocations Director Father Jude Viso. The camp aims to nurture young minds through formation sessions, inspirational talks, and exciting sports activities. This year's theme, Proclaim the Good News, I Am With You Always, resonates deeply as Aboya Diocese celebrates its 75th anniversary come 2025. Mayor Nadesh was there and brings us this exclusive report.
Over 100 youths within the Diocese of Aboya and beyond are attending the annual vocation camp at the Bishop Rogan College campus to last 3 days. The vocation camp that began on Monday, July 8, 2024 is taking place under the supervision of the Vocations Director of Aboya Diocese, Reverend Father Jude Viso. The young people will be assisted by members of the diocesan vocation team throughout their stay. The vocation camp this year is celebrated in context to the grand celebration of the 75th anniversary of Aboya Diocese. It has as theme, Proclaim the Good News, for I Am With You Always.
I think the diocese for these past 75 years have been working in different capacities to prepare people to live this life, such that at the end of their earthly journey, they should find a comfortable place in heaven. The different congregations, the different apostolates, those who are called to serve God is to make people to answer the call to holiness.
He further adds that this year's camp will feature a range of activities designed to foster spiritual growth and discernment, including formation session, confession, holy mass, sporting activities, amongst others.
A camp of encounter with the Lord through Eucharistic adoration, through the sacrament of reconciliation. It will also be an opportunity for each one of us to visit the Our Lady of Grace shrine at Sase to see how we can deepen our love to our Mother Mary.
Opening the session, diocesan priest Reverend Father Ziken Gavier drilled the youth on how to discern God's call either to priesthood, religious or marriage life.
Each member of the camp to take on the assignment that God is giving them and to live fully the life, the call that they have received. And that is why I presented to them their call as a gift from God. God has given us these gifts and we are called to answer it. Everybody, be it called to the priesthood, called to the religious life, or even to the marriage life, we are all called and we are expected to answer that call.
Some members of the diocesan vocation team educated the youth about their congregation and charism. At the end, the youth expressed their enthusiasm in attending the vocation camp, which is to find out what vocation they will belong to.
This is my third year coming here for this vocation camp. But this year is one of the best vocation camps that I've ever attended because of the work that they have given us, and most of the congregations have come and introduced themselves. So my main purpose for this vocation camp was to discern so that I can know where God is calling me.
I came to this vocation camp to know more about God and to know my call, and I'm satisfied that I've learned a lot. At least now on I can choose if I want to become a sister or a religious or live a married life at least.
Only young people who have been attending vocation meeting within their parishes or schools and have an interest in priesthood or religious life can attend the vocation camp.
Now, members of Catholic Women Association, Our Lady of Perpetual Help Zone Great Support, have continued activities in preparation for their 60th anniversary come July 24, 2024. They converged on the Military Hospital Great Support this Monday, July 8, for a clean-up session. Joseph Otop was there and now files for us the following report.
With these Marian songs, members of Catholic Women Association, Our Lady of Perpetual Help Zone Great Support, converged on the Military Hospital this Monday, July 8, 2024, for a cleanup in preparation of their 60th Jubilee come July 24, under the theme, CWA Woman at 60, Mother of the Home, Mother of the Church, and Mother of the World. This prayer and action group, created some 60 years ago by Mami Anna Foncha, has dedicated itself to the service of the people and the church, building the domestic church, education and training of members in social development aid in enhancing their contribution to family and society, thereby modeling the lifestyle of the Blessed Virgin Mary. This activity and other activities will comprise a celebration of the 60th anniversary in few weeks' time.
For now, we started with human investment that you saw us doing. We started last week Monday as a division, Our Lady of Fatima Division Great Support / Sandpit. And today is Our Lady of Perpetual Help Zone Great Support. So we are doing human investment. And then we have traditional dances, we have quiz that will be coming up in a few days to come, or weeks, depending on how the diocese is going to schedule them.
Meanwhile, these children of Mary are happy engaging in this activity and are prepared for the D-Day.
On that D-Day, CWA, a woman, is an icon. It's an icon. We are expected to portray what Mary portrayed in her days and what her mama's virtues. Mama was humble, mama was peace-loving, mama was charitable, mama was prayerful, and above all, she pondered the death of her son in her heart. As a CWA mother, those are some of the virtues we have to carry on that day of that celebration.
Oh, I'm so overwhelmed because this is my first time. I had the first scenario when it was 50. I attended the 50 in Bamenda. It was come and see, go and tell. So now it's the second phase that I'm facing. Because, I mean, it's a privilege for me to be part of this. The first time I was there when I just entered CWA, I went right to Bamenda. Now I'm part of it at 60. Just imagine 10 years difference. So I am so overwhelmed. It's like more than a Christmas to me because it is rare for people to even see this day. I have a lot for you people. Come and see, go and tell. On that day, we have so many activities that we're going to carry out. More than a Christmas to me because it is rare for people to even see this day. Some of our members, we have a lot for you people. Come and see, go and tell. On that day, we have so many activities that we're going to carry out. We have our more than a Christmas to me because it is.
With these activities done by various zones and divisions in the diocese, it is worth saying that these mothers of the church are withholding their motto, to serve and not to be served.
Preparations get into fever pitch there for the CWA women who are preparing for their Diamond Jubilee. Now, moving on, St. Augustine Parish Ekanje has marked a significant milestone in the history of the church. Parishioners gathered over the weekend in Holy Mass to celebrate the parish's first-year anniversary since its establishment. The parish priest, Reverend Father Patrick Malange, led the parish community in the Eucharistic celebration marking their 1-year anniversary. Get more in the following report compiled for us by Hilarion Clinton, who worshipped at that church.
The then St. Augustine Mission Station Ekanji under St. Joseph Parish, Tiku, was raised to a parish on July 2, 2023 by Bishop Michael Bibi, Bishop of the Diocese of Boya. The parish is now 1 year old. St. Augustine Parish has swiftly become a focal point of worship for faithfuls in that community. The anniversary Mass was a moment of reflection and gratitude for the journey embarked upon as a parish since its inception. The Christians were led in this Eucharistic celebration, marking their 1-year anniversary by their parish priest, Reverend Father Patrick Malange.
Our big thing is we thank God for the wonderful grace that we don't give him for the past year. We thank you, say, don't work out with we, so that we don't read for this day when we did talk this mass. For thank him for the blessing that way we don't give him.
Among the parishioners, there was a palpable sense of joy as they celebrated their 1-year anniversary.
Today we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary. It's a great day for us. We are happy that our parish is moving forward. So and we pray for God to continue to bless the parish.
We just turned 1 year our parish, and we are very happy. And I'll start by appreciating the bishop because he did very much for us, and it is our own task now to make it greater.
And actually today is making our parish 1 year. I'm so happy because it is our first anniversary. It's just like giving birth to a child. When the child turns 1 year, you become so happy to see that the child is getting to a level of maturity. So I'm very happy because St. Augustine being 1 year shows that we are attaining a level of maturity.
Looking forward to the future of the parish, the parishioners shared aspirations for the growth and development of St. Augustine Parish, Ekanji.
It's a growing community. The community is not like other communities, so there's a lot of sensitization that has to be done so that the next celebration will be better than this one. In terms of commitments, so we know we are committed in our own way, but we have to understand how we can be committed more than what we are now.
I want to seize this opportunity to beg all the parishioners to put their hands on deck, to know that the bishop will always, as he is always with us, let us do our own part of the job. I quite remember when he came to hand over us this parish, he made mention that work has been done. So we now have a part, our own part, to put the parish the way we want. So I'm begging on the parishioners that we start or we continue to do our best towards making this place a beautiful place or something good for God.
We are now the parish, not more mission station, and we have to do things as a parish. So I want to plead with all the parishioners that we should try to gather ourselves when it comes to organizing any program in the parish. We should remember that as a parish, when we are called for something, we should put our best to make it work.
Reverend Father Patrick Malange has been the parish priest of St. Augustine Parish since its inception. In 2023, some parishioners used the 1-year anniversary to thank him for the wonderful works, calling on him not to be discouraged.
I want to thank our parish priest. He is not even a parish priest for us. He is a father to us. I want to seize this opportunity to thank Father Mula, who has always been there for us, his advices, his wisdom, and all time. When the bishop came here, I want to reiterate on that. I made the bishop to understand that he has given the right peg and the right hole, the right St. Augustine priest for the first parish, who is Father Malange Patrick. He is always there. His advices are molding us up.
We should not be discouraged. He's our father, and there are times that I myself feel a little bit low because of the turnout, but he has always been there to encourage us, and I know he will always be there behind us. So he should not relent. He should always be there to encourage the baby that he is bringing up, which is the St. Augustine Parish.
He should keep on doing what he has been doing because he has been so instrumental in the parish. Yes, he has been instrumental doing so many good things for us, advising all the Christians.
As the Christians celebrate the 1-year anniversary of their parish, they eagerly anticipate Bishop Michael Bibi's pastoral visit to their parish, slated for August 4, 2024.
Onto our foreign page, 3 Gentile-led countries take decision not to return to the regional bloc ECOWAS after their leaders met during the first ever summit of the Alliance of Sahel States in Niamey. Plus, Gaza City residents have been evacuated following new orders from Israel after Hamas changed its demand for Israel to end the war as a condition for a ceasefire. Details right ahead. Let's begin in the Sahel, where the coup-hit nations of Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali ruled out returning to the West African regional bloc, whose division could further jeopardize regional efforts to curb the violence spreading across the region. They took the decision Saturday, July 6, as military junta leaders of the 3 countries met for their first summit in Niamey, capital city of Niger, after their withdrawal from the West African bloc ECOWAS in January. They accused the bloc of failing its mandate and pledged to consolidate their union. The Alliance of Sahel States, created in 2023 amid fractured relations with neighbors. Over to France now. Residents in Paris on Monday, July 8, showed mixed emotions as voters split their legislature among left, center, and far-right groups, preventing any single fraction from gaining a majority to govern. While French President Emmanuel Macron's centrist ranked second, a leftist coalition surged ahead in the second-round result, necessitating alliances to govern. Marine Le Pen's far-right National Rally, despite leading initially, ended up third after strategic moves to block its candidates. Elsewhere, scores of residents in Gaza City were evacuated on Sunday following new orders from Israel. A large number of individuals, including men, women and children, were observed leaving the city. Some were spotted assisting elderly or injured family members in wheelchairs. However, the majority of the 2.3 million residents have been displaced several times, while Israel keeps engaging with militant groups in Gaza after extensive bombing and ground operations that have impacted the main cities in the region severely. Hamas is said to have changed its demand for Israel to end the war as a condition for a ceasefire. It's on that foreign note that we wrap up this edition of Divine Mercy Prime. But before we take leave of you, we remind you of our headlines. This week's Boya Diocese and Catechesis. His Lordship Michael Bibi, proper teacher of the diocese, focuses on missionary activity and Catholic education, unveiling to Christians and viewers of DMR TV the role these institutions function in reshaping the church. Today's session took place at All Saints Parish, Mutengene. The 2024 Vocation Camp of Boya Diocese brings together over 100 young people to reflect God's call in their lives. The camp started this morning at Bishop Rogan College, Small Support. And over 85 parish news reporters of the Diocese of Boya have been trained to collect, treat, and send information for the benefit of their parishes. The training took place over the weekend. Many thanks for viewing, and just stay tuned to more amazing programs coming up tonight on Divine Mercy Radio and Television. I have been Sama Eileen for presentation. Bye for now.